Hey guys, welcome back to another Snowrunner video. Today we are taking the new last Raider Diskotheque by Zidon out for a test out in the sand fields, and we are going to haul it out with the Z4266 by Ranger, which is a trusty old truck that we've had around for quite a while, and I love the roll-off feature where you can actually winch vehicles up. There's a few options out there now, but this is still one of my favorites, definitely. So a lot of this area here you guys have seen in other videos. I haven't really done too much to it. I've spent most of my time over the last week working on redoing the sand area in a sense. Well, I guess more detail. What I showed you guys the first time, I just kind of slapped down real quick for everyone's opinion to see if they liked it or not. So you guys are going to see a smaller area, but you will see a lot more detail on this one, which it's pretty close to what I expect to put out. So definitely let me know what you guys think. We're just coming across the big bridge in the gully. Got a little camera glitch, which is I guess part of Snowrunner. So here's that big gully that was in a previous video we drove up, I think with a K30 I believe it was. I got rid of all the grass and stuff. I paved all this road. If you guys remember, I think it was the very first video I came all the way out here and there was literally nothing. Now there's just trees, and basically all I've done is work the terrain. I haven't put any models in really for houses or buildings or anything. I'm basically trying to focus on doing the terrain part of the world first, and then I'm going to add in what we need after that. I have ideas, but I need to get the place looking correct before I can really put it all together. So we're getting close to where we're going to see a bit of the terrain change. Right now we're still in the rocky gully canyon valley kind of area that's a little bit greener, nicer, more alive. And let me know what you guys think as we work our way out. Again, keep in mind that I haven't added much for buildings or life yet. Obviously most of this side road, there's going to be like the other maps, there's going to be random houses, a few little stores and stuff. There's across the other side of the canyon there is going to be probably the most populated area of the map, and there is quite a little road that I'll show you in a future video to get over there, and a big bridge. But right now we are going to head out. We're going to make a left and we're going to head out into the sand fields. So the trees that you're going to see through here are quite a bit thicker than what I anticipate. But I just kind of filled it in for now so you guys can get the feel for it. But again, envision houses, and not right side by side, but you're going to have the odd long driveway into places. We are going out to the start of the first homestead. We have a little motel type recreation area just off the highway that I've started here, which is going to obviously get a lot more added to it, but there's the basic layout, we'll say. And we're going to make it right when we come up here, and this is where you're going to really start seeing things change. The grass is going to get a little more brown, the trees are not quite as alive. This is the part that I was saying is going to have houses and a few pieces of civilization, I guess you would say, along it. Right now it's literally just trees, but it's just a quick fill-in so you guys can see. But the road generally, it's going to be a small paved road out this way because you wouldn't see too much for the low amount of traffic really, when you just kind of peel off the highway and head out this way. This is going to probably have a couple larger hauls on it to bring stuff out to the mining and the drilling areas out here, but I'll flatten the road out so we can get trailers through, but I won't make it easy, so don't expect too much. So you can see now we're just coming into the sand area, and it comes in fairly quick, but I think that's more or less what you'd see as the ground changes. So here you can see I've really spent a lot more time, and it's taken me way longer than any other map, is the detail in the terrain right now is really, it just takes a while to get it to look right, but I have to put the time in to do it, and I think it's going to pay off in the end when you guys are running around, and hopefully you feel like you're really there. So here's the first little homestead that I've put together, and again, I've just thrown down a house and a barn. There's going to be a lot more, you know, fences and a few trees and the usual stuff that you would find at a house, but we're going to unload the last Raider Diskotheque here, and we're going to take it for a spin up the old riverbed. This was a suggestion, this river, by my buddy Mike that I met on Facebook a few months ago, and he's been a really huge supporter of me, and I really appreciate it. But he suggested spending a bit of time working a river across, but something that's looks like it hasn't had water for a while. So let me know what you guys think. This is what I came up with, and I think it looks pretty good. I still have a bit more work to do, but again, it's just another thing that takes quite a bit of time, but I think it's definitely going to be worth it when it's done. So this is my literal first drive in the last Raider here. Zidon has had some pretty good stuff out, so I expect it'll be a pretty fun little truck. So far it seems pretty good. It's gonna take us up this, think of it as a river that probably fills up when it rains a fair bit, but for a good chunk of the year it probably sits like this. It's a little bit empty. I think I'll add some, I don't know if you'd put a bit of grass and stuff in it just to kind of add a little more life, but it's gonna have kind of what you see. This is probably where the detail starts, is just coming in across here, but basically it's a little bit of mudding out here. I toned down the color of the mud as I had a few suggestions, and I think it looks a little more natural now in terms of not just black mud. This is going to be kind of sandy crap stuff. So, and I didn't make the mud too deep because I don't think you'd get into anything too deep with how rarely this would all be soaked. So let me know. I'd love to know what kind of plants I should try to, or if I should have plants in the riverbed. A lot of you guys probably live in areas where you'd see stuff like this, so let me know. It's not like this anywhere around where I live in Ontario, so I'm just kind of going off what I think it would look like, a few pictures and great suggestions from you guys. So as you can see, it's the water's kind of a greeny color. It's going to be pretty stagnant from sitting around, and where it kind of cuts along that big bluff that you guys saw in the video with the Delta's H1. So it kind of incorporates the landscape too. I think it works. Again, it's just another thing that's going to take a while with the way I have to layer the textures on top of each other so that they're not, you give that gravelly look, because obviously the river would have a little more gravel in it than sand, just with the water eroding and stuff. So the trees, I think this is probably about enough. We all know trees can be pretty annoying, getting caught on them, so I don't want to overdo it with that, but I don't want it to look too plain. And this should cut most of the way through the map, this little type river. I'll make some spots deeper than others. You know, it's just another little feature. Again, there's not going to be a ton of mud on this map, so I wanted to give you guys a few options, and it was a great idea by Mike putting it out, because I really like it after I gave it a try. So anyways guys, this is pretty much the end of it. I just want to thank everyone that's been throwing support my way and all the great ideas, and I hope everyone's having a good time with the rally course. I'd love to see more times coming up, and can't wait till it gets to console so all you guys can get in on it too. But I really appreciate everyone. Thank you so much, and we'll talk to y'all soon.